begin with breaking news.
Our house was gone. Everything that we had ever known was gone.
Everyone I know in Lahaina, their homes have been burned down.
Community flames in Maui destroying homes and businesses, some more than 100 years old. We know this fire has turned deadly with at least 6 people killed. This is new aerial video showing smoldering with a lot of smoke. The fire spread so fast, some people were forced to jump into the ocean to escape those flames. And you can see people getting into the ocean to escape the island. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Andrea Flores.
I'm Lisa Gonzalez. One fire is burning on the drier side of Maui and Lahaina. Multiple people are missing and many communications and power lines are down right now. KCRA 3's Michelle Bandor has been following the fire as we learn new details by the minute. Michelle?
Well, Lisa, Andrea, 3 separate wildfires are burning on Maui. One of those burned so much of the historic town of Lahaina. And we're getting some new video in from Maui. You can see the flames, the smoke, the wind. Leaders in Maui say they weren't expecting this many fires at the same time. And so far, they've released little information about the scope of the damage because they say flames continue to make their way across parts of the island. The lieutenant governor says more than 2,100 people spent the night in 4 shelters on the island. You can see the shopping area of Lahaina being burned in this video, and leaders are asking people not to come to Maui and telling current visitors to leave. Several burn patients from Maui are also being treated in Honolulu, and with 911 cell and phone services down, evacuations are just complicated.
The Maui County has not been able to communicate with residents on the west side, Lahaina side. So we're dealing with, because we're an island state, in addition to dealing with disaster, we're dealing with major transportation issues as well.
A lot of issues taking place there, and now there's a view from the marina in Lahaina. There's a boat that was able to make it safely out of the harbor, but many of the boats did not. And there are reports of widespread damage to the harbor. You can see the smoke just billowing from the island. And one couple who lives in Lahaina was on vacation in the Bay Area. They were at the Oakland International Airport this morning trying to get home, saying their dogs were stuck in their house.
Of course, everybody is just so devastated, but I mean, and I'm sure that they lost animals and they lost much more than that, but it's just, you know, it's just such a helpless feeling, so.
And they'll have to go home and see what they can find there. Now, strong winds are fueling the spread of the fires on the island, and Chief Meteorologist Mark Finan joins us. And Mark, boy, the fire crews are really dealing with a lot of issues right now.
You know, we've had these steady trade winds that come from the east, and when you go to Maui, you land in the airport here at Kahului. And on the east, I should say on the west side of the island, this is where Lahaina is, right in here. And in between those two, there's a mountain. So think about this almost being the opposite wind direction we see in the Sierra. So the wind comes this way, and this is the wet side of the island. The other side is the dry side. So it's almost like the area around Lahaina is almost has a climate like Reno or Carson City, where it's very dry. It's dry in the east side of the Sierra. It's dry in the west side of the island. So when you get these downsloping dry winds, you get a grass fire that starts like what we saw yesterday afternoon and evening. It can spread very quickly on those winds that are gusting into the 30 to 40 mile an hour range, and it can spread into a populated area, unfortunately, like what we saw. Now, there has been some attribution to a hurricane, Hurricane Dora, but it really doesn't look as though Dora really had much to do with this at all. We just have prevailing trade winds. The hurricane has been no closer than 600 miles from the island and is now moving away. It's now more than 800 miles away. A powerful hurricane, but it really doesn't look as though this contributed. It looks like just some nasty sort of trade winds that they typically get, but we also combined it with the grass fires that started yesterday and just spread in the wrong direction. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Now, staff are working to prepare the Hawaii Convention Center in Honolulu to accommodate up to 4,000 evacuees. The state's governor was out of state, but he is expected to return tonight. Back to you, Lisa.
All right, thank you. And for the very latest on the Maui wildfire, the efforts to contain it and the damage and the impacts on travel, go to the KCRA 3 app.